Welcome to the class. This is the first module of the lesson about Blackout. In this module, we will introduce the methodology of the digital blackout poetry as a tool to be incorporated in digital social work activities with individuals and groups. We will understand what is the blackout poetry and where it comes from. We will explore its use in a social pedagogical context. We will understand how it can be performed online. And finally, we will provide suggestions for its use with different target groups. The learning objectives of this model are: first, understanding what is the blackout poetry; secondly, understanding how it can be used in the context of social work; third, being able to perform it online; and fourth, being able to adapt the technique to different target groups and settings. Blackout poetry is the name of any sort of poem that is derived from blacking out any unwanted words from any written text. It is based all around found poetry, which is the art form of picking and choosing existing words that resonate with the artist's vision. For example, found poetry can be done by cutting words out of books or magazines and sticking them together, similar to a collage. Blackout poetry is incredibly similar in style, but rather than cutting from all different sorts of literature, blackout poetry focuses instead on what can be created from a single page of text. The purpose of blackout poetry is to draw a new meaning from something existing and develop with a different reason and purpose. Many blackout poets try to derive almost an opposite meaning from their starting block of text, using words to string together a new story from the initial one given. Blackout poetry is a creative method of deep personal exploration through a process of creation, or unveiling, of a visual and poetical message. For this reason, while blackout poetry can be considered an artistic form, it can also be applied in the context of interventions aimed to involve individuals or groups in a process of self-expression, self-reflection, empowerment, and sharing of feelings and thoughts based on creative methods. Artistic concepts as the blackout poetry date back to the 18th century. However, in modern times, it was popularized by the American writer Austin Kleon, who started to pick up words from a daily newspaper and to black out with a marker all the others, creating a new poetic composition. Indeed, in a psychosocial context, it can be highlighted the process of taking the words from someone else and transform them into what the user wants them to say. It is a form of taking back power. The user can choose the words, the meaning, and the end result. It is liberating and empowering to take back control, even in a small way, and see that they can create something beautiful and meaningful from someone else's thoughts and actions. Moreover, the process of creating a blackout poem often helps users to speak through someone else's words, the truths he can say to himself yet. It acts as an expressive medium overcoming the barrier of starting from scratch. Blackout poetry can also be a way to help starting a discussion on a topic which might be heavy to address directly and support self-awareness about own actions, behaviors, or feelings. A session based on blackout poetry can be implemented per se, for example, as a means of self-expression, or in the context of a broader social intervention. For example, the technique can be used to initiate a discussion around a topic in a group, or as a conclusive meeting to wrap up feelings and emotions elicited by a different experience. Congratulations, you have just finished this model.